Until you are happy with who you are, you will never be happy with what you have. Think of all the beauty still left around you and be happy. If you spend your whole life waiting for the storm, you'll never enjoy the sunshine. Happiness depends upon ourselves. There are two ways to be happy: improve your reality or lower your expectations. For every minute you are angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness. They say a person needs just 3 things to be truly happy in this world: someone to love, something to do, and something to hope for. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Heaven on earth is a choice you must make, not a place you must find. The greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his future by merely changing his attitude. If you want to be happy, be. Happiness and confidence are the prettiest things you can wear. The foolish man seeks happiness in the distance. The wise grows it under his feet. A day of worrying is more exhausting than a week of work. Everyone wants to live on top of the mountain, but all the happiness and growth occurs while you're climbing it. Happiness is only real when shared. Success is getting what you want. Happiness is wanting what you get. Seek to do good, and you will find that happiness will run after you. Happiness mainly comes from our own attitude, rather than from external factors. The time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time. There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Count your age by friends, not years. Count your life by smiles, not tears. Happiness is not something you postpone for the future. It is something you design for the present. Happiness is not a possession to be prized. It is a quality of thought, a state of mind. You will never be happy if you continue to search for what happiness consists of. You will never live if you are looking for the meaning of life. Happiness is not a goal, it is a byproduct. People don't notice whether it's winter or summer when they're happy. The most important thing is to enjoy your life, to be happy. It's all that matters. Happiness in intelligent people is the rarest thing I know. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. It's so hard to forget pain, but it's even harder to remember sweetness. We have no scar to show for happiness. We learn so little from peace. There is no cosmetic for beauty like happiness. Some cause happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go. Happiness is the meaning and the purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence. Plenty of people miss their share of happiness, not because they never found it, but because they didn't stop to enjoy it. Adopting the right attitude can convert a negative stress into a positive one. You cannot protect yourself from sadness without protecting yourself from happiness. The greatest happiness is to transform one's feelings into action. Now and then it's good to pause in our pursuit of happiness and just be happy. Every man has his secret sorrows which the world knows not. And oftentimes we call a man cold when he is only sad. I'd far rather be happy than right any day. Even a happy life cannot be without a measure of darkness, and the word happy would lose its meaning if it were not balanced by sadness. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. Folks are usually about as happy as they make their minds up to be. Sanity and happiness are an impossible combination. There's nothing like deep breaths after laughing that hard. Nothing in the world like a sore stomach for the right reasons. The two enemies of human happiness are pain and boredom. If more of us valued food and cheer and song above hoarded gold, it would be a merrier world. Morality is not the doctrine of how we may make ourselves happy, but how we may make ourselves worthy of happiness. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. One of the most powerful forces in human nature is our belief that change is possible. Happiness is a mindset for your journey, not the result of your destination. You're happy when you help others become happy. A disciplined mind leads to happiness, and an undisciplined mind leads to suffering. Happiness inspires productivity. What is the meaning of life? To be happy and useful. You must expect great things of yourself before you can do them. The primary cause of unhappiness is never the situation, but your thoughts about it. When you discover that all happiness is inside you, the wanting and needing are over, and life gets very exciting. Happiness is the precursor to success. Optimism is a tool with a certain clear set of benefits. It fights depression, it promotes achievement, and produces better health. The very purpose of our life is to seek happiness. One of the best ways to make yourself happy is to make other people happy. One of the best ways to make other people happy is to be happy yourself. We become more successful when we are happier and more positive. We are happy when we are growing. Happiness comes not from having more, not from having less, but from wanting what you have. Your brain at positive is 31% more productive than your brain at negative, neutral, or stressed. What you're believing in the moment creates your suffering or your happiness. Scientifically, happiness is a choice. It is a choice about where your single processor brain will devote its finite resources as you process the world. Most people keep waiting on happiness, putting off happiness, until they're successful or until they achieve some goal, which means we limit both happiness and success. That formula doesn't work. I believe compassion to be one of the few things we can practice that will bring immediate and long-term happiness to our lives. Happiness is such an incredible advantage in our life. When the human brain is positive, our intelligence rises. We stop diverting resources to think about anxiety. Happiness is not the belief that we don't need to change. It's the realization that we can. Successful people see adversity as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. Positivity is such a high predicator of success rates. It is by being fully involved with every detail of our lives, whether good or bad, that we find happiness, not by trying to look for it directly. The greatest competitive advantage in our modern economy is a positive and engaged brain. Changing the destructive things you say to yourself when you experience the setbacks that life deals all of us is the central skill of optimism. A heart full of love and compassion is the main source of inner strength, willpower, happiness, and mental tranquility. Happiness does not come about only due to external circumstances. It mainly derives from inner attitudes. Only the development of compassion and understanding for others can bring us the tranquility and happiness we all seek. The way we define happiness is the joy you feel striving toward your potential. Waiting to be happy limits our brain's potential for success, whereas cultivating positive brains makes us more motivated, efficient, resilient, creative, and productive, which drives performance upward. It's hard to find happiness after success if the goalposts of success keep changing. We not only need to work happy, we need to work at being happy. Each one of us is like that butterfly, the butterfly effect. And each tiny move toward a more positive mindset can send ripples of positivity through our organizations, our families, and our communities. Life inflicts the same setbacks and tragedies on the optimist as on the pessimist, but the optimist weathers them better. Just as the good life is something beyond the pleasant life, the meaningful life is beyond the good life. Happiness is the overall experience of pleasure and meaning. If we just wanted positive emotions, our species would have died out a long time ago. You go into flow when your highest strengths are deployed to meet the highest challenges that come your way. Constantly scanning the world for the negative comes with a great cost. It undercuts our creativity, raises our stress levels, and lowers our motivation and ability to accomplish goals. There is one aspect of happiness that's been well studied, and it's the notion of flow. Ask yourselves, when for you does time stop? When are you truly at home, wanting to be no place else? Study after study shows that happiness precedes important outcomes and indicators of thriving. The good life is using your signature strengths every day to produce authentic happiness and abundant gratification. Not only do happy people endure pain better and take more health and safety precautions when threatened, but positive emotions and do negative emotions. Focusing on the good isn't just about overcoming our inner grump to see the glass half full. It's about opening our minds to the ideas and opportunities that will help us be more productive, effective, and successful at work and in life. Just as our view of work affects our real experience of it, so too does our view of leisure. If our mindset conceives of free time, hobby time, or family time as non-productive, then we will, in fact, make it a waste of time. Success does not mean happiness. Check out any celebrity magazine to look for examples to disabuse you of thinking that being beautiful, successful, or rich will make you happy. Happiness equals reality minus expectations. Happiness is not by chance, but by choice. There are always flowers for those who want to see them. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Love the life you live. Live the life you love. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Time you enjoy wasting was not wasted.